All right, ladies and gentlemen. Are we live online, sir? All right. All right, well, thank you very much for coming, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the iGen Challenge. Thank you for joining us in the audience, and thank you for joining us online. Kulim Chap, we're glad that you have arrived. My name is Michael Wilson-Ross, and I was born in Kelowna, BC. I'm honored to live, work, and play in the territory of the Okanagan Syilx Nation. On behalf of the Central Okanagan Public Schools, I'd like to welcome you to the 28th Annual Innovation Generation Challenge. To begin this evening on a somber and serious note, the people in this place have suffered some great loss recently and in the past. To the KSS community, we offer our deepest condolences. And to the survivors of the Indian residential schools and their relatives dealing with intergenerational trauma, we offer our commitment to truth and reconciliation. A humble invitation to the theater audience and those watching online, if we can just pause the distractions and come together for a moment of silence and just arrive. Awesome. All right, so we are really excited tonight to honor the students of SD23. They've done a lot of hard work to bring in some really innovative and creative things. So our schedule for this evening looks like this. So we'll hear from 5 of our teams, then we'll have a little dinner break, we'll hear from 5 more, and then we have a keynote by Austin Walper, and then we'll have an announcement of the winners around 8:45. So all teams watching online, stick around, and you will hear the winners at 8:45. For our judges this evening, we have Superintendent and CEO of Central Okanagan Public Schools, Mr. Kevin Cardell. We have Lisa Wakefield, the president of the Ogopogo Rotary Club, founder of Player GG, Austin Walper, and the Vice President of Finance and Accounting at High Street Ventures, Mrs. Hannah Kirby. Thank you, judges, for your participation. Also would like to extend a warm welcome for all Board of Education members viewing online. All right, so this is the kind folks on this slide has made tonight possible. We want to do a big thank you to Ogopogo Rotary Club. They were our key sponsor. The Rotarians, Sarah Moody, Derek Moody, Lisa Wakefield, Kathy Goen, and Brian Hillaby had the hard task of doing the semi-final judging and bringing down 32 solid teams down to tonight's 10. Rotary also paid for the dinner, the judges' gifts, and the use of this space. So thank you, Rotary. High Street Ventures supported financially so all the students can take home a goodie bag. Everyone loves goodie bags, so thank you, High Street Ventures. We also had Max Rudikoff, an associate at Lawson Lundell. He zoomed in and actually did some IP work and talking with the kids about business structure, corporations, basically gave free legal counsel to the iGen teams. And then the winner of tonight's competition actually gets an hour counsel with Mike McCauley from Lawson Lundell, who's a partner just upstairs in the Innovation Center. We also have KPMG as a sponsor. They're giving the runner-up teams kind of advice. So we're talking about this sort of 7 through 10, giving them advice so they can level up for next year, hopefully come back. So if you're listening online and you don't make the top 3, you get to have a Zoom meeting with KPMG, which are consultants in business, and they can help you out. Also, the top team will get an hour-long consult with the senior manager at KPMG. Thank you so much for the generosity of these sponsors to keep the iGen program running. Okay. This year, we had the largest crew of teams. If this is going to click through. Yeah. So this is our iGen website. Can I scroll as well? Or can you help me scroll? Yeah. So these are everyone is linked up to a Trellis team where they've had sponsorship. Unfortunately, all the teams could make it tonight, but their learning wasn't in vain. Many entrepreneurs don't make it after the first attempt. Failure is a great friend to the business people and one of their best teachers. So for those teams that didn't make it to the top 10, you had a lot of learning. In the times of COVID, the iGen students learned a lot to adapt to online sales. We had drop shipping businesses such as My eWardrobe that were up and profitable in 10 days. That was before Christmas. I just was blown away by their efficiency. In Q4, the shipping and distribution clogged up with COVID, so teams were waiting painfully to fulfill those orders, so that business model kind of shifted. But with these challenging times, entrepreneurs, it's a playground, right? Challenges are what entrepreneurs live for, so many new teams learned to solve problems like Dog and Dine. Dog and Dine had a great app where you would go to, say, Cactus Club, and then all these new puppy owners that have never really realized dog guilt would be like, oh, what do I do with my dog now that I can go out and socialize? So Dog and Dine would meet you at Cactus Club, walk your dog while you could dine. I thought that was a good one. Didn't make the top 10 though. There's a ton. And speaking of other honor roll mentions, this year we had a very big international presence. We have one international helping us up with our tech tonight. He didn't quite make it, but he had a great vegan influencer business. Other students, just this morning, I had an Italian girl that had a book reading apparatus. You put it on your thumb, and her friend in Italy made it, and then sent her over the file, and then at the high school wood shop, they did the 3D printing, and then this girl sold the product in Canada. It was pretty awesome. But the man, the mystery, the legend, this is Andy Liang. Andy, if you're watching, you know I love you. Grade 11. He was in Jensen's class, and he was missing home. So he's from China, and he decided to start importing Chinese food for himself and his friends. By grade 12, I'm telling you, by Q2 this year, he had 2,000 customers. They have 4 warehouses, 6 employees, monthly revenues of around 100K, and he's gone back to China to get out his suppliers so he'd have a physical store so we can get all those like legit Chinese delicacies in Kelowna next year. So Andy, come back with your good food. So let's get into tonight's performance. So we're going to have 5 teams, but we got to figure out the rules. Each team will have 5 minutes to present. Then we'll have 5 minutes for the judges to ask questions, clarifications, and then we'll continue on for the first 5 teams. And then when dinner happens, we will have 5 more after that. So I think that is it for my welcome, and we've got our first team ready. So let's get into it. Can we click onto Sweet Detour? And I want to welcome Denver to the stage. Welcome, Denver. Tell me when, and I'll give them a little. Oh, when do you want them, now or later?
Later.
Okay, I'll pass them up.
All right, so I'll just go ahead and get started here. Hello, my name is Denver Tour, and my business is Sweet Detour Desserts. A bit of an overview of my business starts with the vision. Sorry, just can we get to the next slide?
That's probably because I have this in my hand.
Okay, thank you.
Just click to the right.
Sounds good. All right, so it starts with the vision. I want to create a reliable, wholesome business that's based in the Okanagan and that has responsible production, consumption, and a strong connection with my customers. My vision is to be a well-known and established business in the area, and I want to have quality products, and I'd also like to be transparent, open, and honest with my customers, as well as responsible for the environment and my business, and create that great experience. The problem with, the products are in demand for many reasons. They're becoming more popular in the area, and I know that I want to bring them more to the Okanagan, as there's nothing quite like what I do here. The cost is often way too much, turning customers away, and I've found that creating a lower price, I can still have a profit and bring more customers in. And my ideal customers, I really want to appeal to anybody. My target audience starts with people who appreciate good baked goods and beautiful products, as well as quality, and either who don't have the time or the skill. On average, $140 million are spent on cakes alone each year, as well as 770 million cupcakes are consumed each year. So I know that there's a very big market for this. My solution is to provide affordable products for my customers while still making a profit and become a reliable option. I want to be recognized for customer satisfaction, and my lower priced items will entice them to come back as well as recommend us. I'll also be offering ease to my customers by either local delivery options as well as convenient pickup. As this is a one-person business, I only have myself to pay, as if I were to have one employee, I would be paying them about $29,000 a year, working off the average hours of a bakery employee. When pricing items, I've averaged out the typical costs in the area and made a fair price for my business. And the items will begin at that base price, but we'll have options to add on as well as change the orders, but that may cause for a bit of an upcharge. Here I have my pricing. On the left side, I have all of my products. As I am a full-time student and will be going to Sauder Business School and being full-time there, I know that I don't have time to take this on full-time at the moment. So my current yearly profit would be just under $1,500. However, if I were to take this on full-time, I would be making about $76,000 a year. My validation starts with my personal validation. Through years of making this for family and friends and selling them to close community members, I know that I've gained a lot of attention through it, as well as through social media. And during COVID, of course, I was able to focus and improve on my ideas and my skills. I follow several business accounts that have gained thousands, if not 100,000 followers in the past year, as a lot of people are very interested in these products. And as well, people are more willing to spend the money on these items, and they're more willing to come and buy from small businesses. My marketing will mainly be through social media, Instagram and TikTok, of course, as many people find the videos interesting, and that's how I can bring customers in, and as well through communication by word of mouth. These are some of my marketing examples here. The one on the left is based in Chicago, and they've gained 500,000 followers in the past year, as well as the one in the middle, which has gained 1 million. This is a one-woman business, of course, but I hope to expand in the future. It's always been tradition in my family to bake for holidays and celebrations, so I've gained experience through that, as well as my experience with customers is strong after working as a host for 2 years at a restaurant, and I'm also gaining my experience by being a social media manager for a local bridal company. My financials are based on 3 main areas: the ingredients, packaging, and supplies. However, all 3 of these will greatly be determined by how many sales I am making. The competition in Kelowna, there isn't anything quite like what I do. Of course, there's your cake shops, cupcake shops, and chocolate shops. However, there's nothing that is a small business that focuses mainly on this. On the left, I have a local cupcake shop. They'll be selling theirs for $1.99, and I'll be selling mine for $1.66. So a little bit more affordable. For investments, if I were to gain any, I would be spending them mainly on packaging, ingredients, and supplies. And this is because that way I can expand, especially on holidays, and create more items for my users, or for my customers. And of course, my UN sustainability goal is responsible consumption and production. So smaller orders, I'll be taking smaller orders as well as customizable orders. That way I'm not wasting any products or ingredients. Less waste will also be focused on by using responsible packaging that can be recycled, and my items will be preset and pre-ordered, so that way I'm not wasting my money or time or ingredients, and neither will the customers. So thank you so much for listening to my business pitch, and that is all. I can be taking any questions now.
Can I send the sample?
Yeah, of course.
Distract them? Oh my gosh, there's water bottles everywhere I step. There's a sample.
Am I on? Thank you. Thank you, Denver, for sharing your business. I guess I'd just love to understand a bit more about who your customer is and who are you selling to specifically?
Okay, so for my customers, in the past, of course, it's been for holidays and birthdays, so busy families, busy parents, and busy employees, as well as for, I would be doing for companies, for different corporations and events like that.
Got it. And you're currently doing this business on the side?
Kind of. I haven't taken it to a bigger scale. I'm just doing it for the people around me.
Awesome.
Well, just curious, you mentioned that you've researched the American market, and there's a lot of demand, but what is the Kelowna market like if you plan to sell primarily in Kelowna?
Okay, so the Kelowna market is, I know it is quite big. I've talked to a couple different people who have worked in different shops as well. And for basically on Google, I was able to find more information on the American businesses. However, I know that there's a couple pop-up shops as well, so I've been able to talk to a couple business owners about it. So, yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I have a question.
Of course.
So you mentioned, are you baking from your home? And if so, how are you getting your product to your customers? Are you delivering it? And what is the cost then associated with your delivery?
So I have two options. I can do pickup, of course, so they can come pick it up from me, or I'll be offering delivery options. It just does depend on how far away they are. Say they were in Penticton, I can still do that. It just would be a bit more expensive for me to be able to drive there and deliver it to them.
And actually, I have one other question too. Have you considered the specialty markets like gluten-free? And what would you do about allergies and that sort of thing? Because I don't know if your kitchen would be equipped to be able to offer those products.
I would be hoping to do definitely vegan options as well as gluten-free options, as well for the like nut-free and different allergies. I still have to work on that for the moment, just by ordering different products and being sure that they're from safe buyers, of course.
So, have you had any sales to date, or is it just, supporting friends and family?
I've had about 2 sales that were just from family friends. I haven't quite started this as a business yet.
All right, thank you, Denver. Way to start us off. We now have our second team, and Denver, by the way, is from West Kelowna. She's at Mount Bushery. Our second team is coming from RSS. It's the lovely ladies from Sagebrush. Come on up. One person goes here, maybe 2. Check. Check. All right.
Hi, we're a Sagebrush Sticker Company, making stickers for a cause. We sell original design stickers and donate 25% of profit to local charities. Hi, I'm Megan Vogt. I update and work on our website and social media.
Hi, I'm Reese Weeb. I keep track of finances and inventory.
Hi, I'm Neha Bagri. I'm in charge of customer service and we all work on designs for the stickers as well. Did you know 1.2 million youth in Canada are affected by mental illness, but only 20% will get the appropriate treatment and help? Also, 1.5 million Canadian women are in poverty.
25% of our profit goes to the Kelowna Women's Shelter or the Kelowna Foundry, and our customers get to decide which one. These charities represent UN goals number 1 and number 3, no poverty and good health and well-being.
Here are some of our designs. We all have an app on our phone called Procreate Pocket that we design the stickers on. Then we compile them on a document to get them printed off. These are some of our newer designs that will be here on Tuesday.
We have found in order for our business to be most effective, it's cheapest and easiest to ship off our designs to a manufacturer called Sticker U that prints off our designs for us. We then sell them through our website and have customers pay via e-transfer. The order is then shipped to them through the mail in an envelope.
We promote our stickers through YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest, as well as through our website.
We then send a follow-up survey for our customers to fill out so we can see how to improve our business. We also regularly add polls and places for questions to be asked on our Instagram. Some of our key competitors are Amazon, Pura Vida, and Redbubble. Some of their prices are cheaper and they have more marketing, but our designs are original and we are donating to charity. Also, our shipping costs are much lower than theirs since we have a fixed shipping cost, and our customers can pick specific designs and quantities.
Our revenue source is from sticker sales, and our target market is both teens and adults in Kelowna, looking to personalize some of their things and support a small business and local charities. We have different stickers targeted to different people. For example, we recently designed a grad cap sticker, which is targeted for students graduating this year. We would also like to eventually have advertisements on our website once we get more traffic. Personalizing belongings like water bottles, laptops, or phone cases is a great way for everyone to express themselves and to support a small business.
Our stickers cost us about 53 cents to make, and we sell them for $4 or sell a bundling package of 3 for $10. That gives us around $2 to $2.50 profit, with the 25% for charity taken away. Shipping costs us around $1.50, and we have marked it up by $1 as a fixed shipping price. We have made $70.92 profit, as well as an additional $32 for charity. It cost us around $80 to start up our business, and we think we will be able to sell around 150 stickers in our first year of selling, making approximately $450 profit, with 112 of that going towards charity.
We are looking to advertise through social media in the future, putting $25 a month towards Instagram and Pinterest ads. We also are growing our social media following and currently have 82 followers on Instagram. We also offer promotions and deals. One currently offered is 3 stickers for $10, and will offer more similar promotions in the future.
We started selling our stickers on May 27th and have sold 36 stickers as of June 6th. We are constantly making new designs for our stickers, and we ordered our second order of new sticker designs, as well as restocking our most popular stickers from our first order. In the future, we would like to sell other original designs items such as magnets, pins, or stationery. We're looking into buying a domain soon, and we will continue with social media advertising.
Here's all of our information and where you can find us. We hope you stick with us. Neha's just grabbing some stickers to give to you judges, just so that you can have something to remember us by and to check out our product.
Thank you.
On now? There you go. So I'm just wondering, in terms of price point, so you're making them for 53, you sell one for $4. I have one in my hand here. How's that price point in terms of the competition? Do you find that that is the right price point for this market?
Our prices are a little bit higher than our competition, but we also do have a fixed shipping cost of $2.50 that they can order as many as they want, and that will stay the exact same. So that usually lowers us down from the competition.
Great presentation. I think as you guys went through, you kept answering more and more of the questions I had. I'm curious, of the few customers you're selling to today, are they mainly local, from friends and family? And how did you find your current customer base?
We have sold just locally around Kelowna. Just people that have found out from our business, from friends and family, as well as our promotions on Instagram. Yeah, we're usually finding them through our Instagram. We are constantly posting and have been able to get over 1,000 views on videos that we have posted and have gained a couple followers from that as well.
And what's your customer retention rate as far as do people buy one sticker and purchase more in the future, or do you find that people typically purchase just one at a time?
So far, people usually do the 3 for $10, so they get 3 stickers for $10. And so people bought from our first order of stickers, and then we assume they're going to buy more when we have more on Tuesday.
Awesome.
Question for you. You mentioned that you're planning to go into magnets and other possible things. Are there other things that you're looking at, or would you look at markets like doing a customizable piece for a business or something like that? Is something you would explore? Or?
Yeah, I think so. We've thought of doing customizable stickers as well, but with the timeline, it doesn't work because it usually takes about 3 weeks for the stickers to come, and so, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, can I just wipe?
Check, check. Check, check. Judges, will give you a few minutes if you can put that feedback down. And then we'll get our next competitor, Mr. Brunt. Owen, you can send him in. Oh, he's on that side? Okay. Welcome, Owen. Come on in. So, just a reminder for the folks at home and in the audience, these two that you've seen so well, Sagebrush I know was Q3, was it, Jensen, or were they Q4? Q4. So they've done that whole startup with stickers in 8 weeks. Yeah, 7 weeks. Pretty amazing. I think we're right on time, so let's keep it rolling. So our third business of the night, a fine young gentleman, Owen, who is, well, I'll talk about you after, Owen. I'll give you the mic. Come on up.
Hi everybody, my name is Owen Brunt and we are NA Productions. We're going to start you off with a little video here as we are a video production service. If we want to play that first.
If you click right on the, do I keep, yeah? And you've got an AV guy as well, so that should roll. Yeah. Well, leave your mic on.
We are NA Productions. NA is a youth-made video production service which focuses on the 17th Sustainable Development Goal, Partnerships for the Goals. Our aim is to tell the stories of our local charities and their recipients to spread awareness and increase donations to their cause. We can also provide a competitive edge to local businesses with an eye-catching video for product promotion.
How are you?
Whatever the need, we can help. Will you help us help you? Tell your story.
Are you just presenting, or is there other people?
Awesome. So my name is Owen and I'm the videographer.
Oh, what's up? What's up? Nice to see you again. Good to see you too, man.
Perfect, thank you. My name is Owen and I am the videographer and editor at NA Productions, in addition to being the network manager and client contact for the business. Filmmaking is my passion, of which I've been actively engaging for the past 3 years, and I've loved every second of it. Unfortunately, my amazing partner Trent couldn't be here today, but he is NA's original music producer and also assumes the role of our social media manager. In this modern world, everything is done online through videos and social media, and the storytelling is everything. There are over 270 charities and hundreds of small mom and pop businesses in the Okanagan Valley, most of which's online presence might lack visibility or may not exist at all. NA Productions is here to help. We will provide professional video production services to those who might not have a budget for a massive production. We will deliver an eye-catching final product that tells your story through a personal filmmaking experience. We complete our projects in a few simple steps. We first send any potential clients a pre-production questionnaire and to find out exactly what they want. We then create a plan and communicate our vision to the client, and once everybody's happy, we get to work utilizing professional camera equipment to get the right shots to tell their story. NA Productions is faced with many more established competitors, but that doesn't concern us. We separate ourselves from the competition through our lower production cost, enabling us to make videos at a more affordable price. But our main separation is our primary focus on the untapped charity sector. This is our cause. We align ourselves with Sustainable Development Goal 17, Partnerships for the Goals. Our mission is to partner with charities across the Okanagan and tell their stories in order to increase awareness and subsequently donations for their cause. Due to our nature of being a service-based business, our costs are minimal, only including travel, project-specific equipment, and our time. Everything we get paid after that is profit. We charge a base rate of $25 an hour for filming and $20 an hour for editing. With those numbers, if we achieve our goal of producing 6 videos over the course of the summer, we will bring in a profit of $1,247, assuming maximum expenses. For our marketing, we primarily focus on getting our clients' attention through social media promotion and prove what we can do by showing them our own pages. Word of mouth marketing is also something we strongly believe in, especially in our small communities. We also do extensive client outreach through our pre-existing network connections and are exploring the benefits of more strategic partnerships with companies like Trellis, who serve the same sector and actively encourage their clients to use it. Sorry, a little hard to breathe in there. To provide video content on their platforms. Former United Way Communications Coordinator Marianne Dahl says Owen's passion and enthusiasm for his craft are only matched by his work ethic. We can't thank him enough for the work, and the final output was very well received. Where we stand, our business has generated over $500 of profit in the past 4 months, and that number is only going to climb. We've worked with charities such as United Way, Caris, Shoe Swap Children's Association, and more. As we graduate, we will have more time to put into our passion, we will secure more clients, and a trustworthy reputation, enabling us to grow exponentially. We also hope to grow our team over the course of the summer to enable us to take on multiple projects at once. Now, with your help, let's turn 1 donation for us into 10 for charity. Thank you. Oh, right, that's a thing. Sorry.
Thank you. Great pitch and great business. I think you're in a space where cost is often prohibitive for customers in this space. I'm curious, as you mentioned, you want to scale the team this summer to bring on more projects. How do you also plan to keep your costs low if you'll be bringing on additional people in your company?
We will keep our costs low by using the same platform I do at the moment. We will use basic equipment that still catches great audio and picture, and we just don't go anything too crazy with our expenses.
Do you guys currently pay yourselves or just in the profit side?
We don't actually take base salaries. We just, we take our profit, invest it back in the business, and buy a couple Tim Hortons donuts through it.
I think it's a great idea being involved with charitable organizations. Quite often they lack the ability to afford video. So once they have the video, would you give them advice on how to use it?
Yes, absolutely. We would we would talk with the client, but hopefully be a part of the distribution using social media marketing and promotion. No problem. Anything else? Yeah.
How many clients have you had so far?
So far, we've produced 6 videos for 3 different clients.
And can I ask, why wouldn't you have shown one of those as an example?
During our first video up there, actually a lot of that B-roll was used from previous projects. We just threw the voiceover on top.
And who's your competition in Kelowna?
Our competition, one of the major ones is the Film Factory and Media Button Productions as well, but they both take on much larger projects.
You're more niche, kind of.
Exactly, yeah. More for the local guy.
Any other questions, judges, clarifications? Okay, now it's my turn to brag about this fine young gentleman. He is actually a coach at the Air House. And he said, Ross, I've got my big performance. He's been coaching for 12 weeks. He's got all these kids waiting for him at Air House. And I just want to say you're a champ. You're a great, great guy and great coach. So well done.
Thank you, thank you.
Now go bounce over to the Air House.
Will do.
I even like your shirt. That shirt's new. That's fresh. Same thing with Denver, the first person that had to go. She is on a dance competition tonight. So just all around awesome, awesome kids involved. All right, judges, we actually are ahead of time, I've noticed. So take your time with the feedback fill outs, and we'll bring in our next group here, but no rushes. We'll do Airbnb.
I know. I'm writing down a question and they answer it, which is really good to see. Awesome.
Even from Friday's presentations.
Yeah.
Check, check. We're still on. Okay, judges, are you guys ready? I feel like I'm rushing you, but you're. Can you see while you do this? Kind of, yeah.
Not the greatest.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, it's my pleasure to introduce our fourth team. Fine gentleman from shoebnb.
Is the mics working? Perfect. Welcome everybody on this fine evening. We good? Good.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Welcome everybody on this fine afternoon. Let me introduce you to the shoebnb. This is Riley and I'm Ben, and we are your one-stop shop for custom shoes in Kelowna.
What interests you about shoes? To us, it's about having your own unique individual pair.
What makes shoes so special? Is it because we see them every day? Put them on our feet? Walk our days away? Nah, see, that doesn't seem right. Shoes show you where you're from, who you are about, whether that's a pair of runners or sandals. Shoes always have a special meaning or story along with them. But what if you wanted to create your own story? Your own unique path for you to travel? Whether you want to purchase these shoes or design them, the shoebnb always has spots for people who want to stand out in the common bunch.
Yes, all of our operations are done through our website, where we match up our local artists with our local consumers. So they're local consumers. There is another business model very similar to this called the custom movement, but they don't represent their artists the same as we do. We represent small local artists to give them a chance at making some money.
This is our artist team so far. On the left is Jack McInerney, and beside him is Ian Wright. These are 2 spotlight artists. They give fun, new, and advanced styles to our shoes and an uplifting bring to our company. As we recruit more artists, we always remember these 2 because these were our first 2. For our value proposition, our first value is community trust. Our community trust is that people trust us with our website and through our transactions. People know us in the community. For our artist opportunity, we do what no other custom shoe business does. We take smaller artists and we make sure they get their opportunity on our shoes.
Needing a shoe market in Kelowna. As of right now, we don't have a very strong market for a shoe community at all. So as we gain more underrated and local artists, We will build a stronger community and clientele, which will lead to our advantage of word of mouth.
Our second problem is people living with ordinary shoes. Some people ask us what makes us different from the sellers, like the custom movement, Nike, Adidas. It's that we give artists a chance to represent their stuff on our shoes. And we make sure it's cheap and affordable. We know how expensive shoes are now these days. So we want to make sure our shoes keep the quality and design while keeping that cheap price.
Yes, as of right now, our shoes, we aren't focused on one singular shoe, but to have the best custom product available. As well as you can also go online to our website and go through our previously designed page, where we also have many different shoes by our local artists as well.
Right now we're passing along one of our prototypes that we have with us right now, so just check that out when it comes to you. For our target market, right in the yellow and in the gold and the black, that's our ideal customer, which is very common in the school district and everybody around the central Okanagan. Just to give you an idea of how big our markets are, the high school schools that we market to have an average of 1,500 teens per school. That's a lot of potential sales. For the curve, between early attainers and latecomers, the shoebnb is early to the climb, going forth into our custom shoe market. We're early to the shoe empire.
Yes, our social media has gained tons and tons of traction as of late, as this is an interest to so many of our peers out there, as well as us getting our social media ads out there gets us more eyes and more social media presence, as well as getting some more influencers. Yeah, so we've also gotten some validation through an Okanagan Suns player that said some of his teammates would love some custom cleats, as well as, so that is 50 sales right there. As well as we also had a lawyer come into our class via Zoom saying that he had a friend when he was younger that did a business very similar and has done extremely successful. We also conducted a survey where 77% of the students that have done the survey said that they would be interested in getting a pair of our custom sneakers.
For our costs, our three main costs are advertisement, PayPal, and hosting. For advertisement, we want to get as many eyes on our artists' shoes to promise them that recognition that we want them so badly to get. Our second is PayPal fees. Every time you go through PayPal, it takes 2% plus 50% or 50 cents on each transaction, which is very good compared to the competitors. And for the final one is hosting, just so we keep our website up to date, because we're an Airbnb, so everything is run through our website. For our revenue, on each shoe purchase, we take 10% through each transaction, and artists get the majority money. But we're willing to negotiate based on how much work and time was put into the shoes themselves. For a secondary revenue stream, we're offering to refurbish, clean your shoes, get them back on your feet for $35. But if you want to combine the two, you can refurbish and customize with an old pair of your shoes, where you can refurbish them for $35 and plus the agreed upon price for the customization. Our goal is to sell 20 pairs of shoes by September 1st, 2021.
Growth. In just the last week alone, we have gained 3 new artists, 2 sales, and nearly doubled our following.
For our UN sustainability goals, our first goal is good health and well-being. Our second is industry, innovation, and infrastructure, making sure our business is well run. Our third one is responsible consumption and production, making sure we're paying our artists well, making sure we're being good for the environment. Our fourth and final one is climate action, not being almost completely wasteless with our products. For our investment and call to action, with the $150 granted to us through the iGen competition, we're looking into a domain name, website improvements, and Instagram ads. All things to get our artists recognition and making sure our website is up to function so people can have an easier, more improved time on our website. But the main reason we're here tonight is we're looking for mentorship. Riley and I don't know the business scene like all the people in the room do, especially you judges. That's where we're looking to get it from you. We want the knowledge, we want the wisdom that you guys have gone through, and we need so badly.
Yes, as you can see here on the screen, we have all of our social medias and how to reach us. Thank you very much.
Christoph right here is just running through our website. This is just the starting prototype for the website, but we're only going to improve from here.
shoes, where are the shoes coming from that are you selling the shoes on your website? So the goal is that you're matching the shoe with the artist, or somebody buys the shoe from your website, or they bring you the shoes. How does that work?
Right. So we have two options. So you can buy the shoes from a third seller, someone like Amazon or Nike themselves. You can buy the base shoe and or just like pay up front with the whole cost with the shoe included. So we get the shoe, we customize it, and then we send it right to you. Or you can take an old pair of your shoes, you can send it in to get customized, but you can also get it refurbished and then customized.
Question. What is the turnaround time to fill an order? How long does it take to get the art on the shoe?
Okay, so depending on the artist and depending on the time of design, so we're looking for each shoe, it takes, if you're getting advanced shipping, it takes about 2 days to get a pair of shoes if you're paying for the top amount of shipping. So it takes a two days minimum to get the shoes to the artist. So we send it right to the artist, and then depending on the complexity of the design, they design it there. So we're looking from anywhere to 3 to 5 days, and then we send it right back to the customer. So we're looking to get a very quick turnaround time.
It is very quick, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, that's one of our goals, is to get it out there, like turn around as fast as we can, as well as reward, or like when people give us referrals and everything for that, because that's something that we're really going to take pride on, is people that refer us.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's an emerging market for you. You said that you've looked at it, you've said you've got all these young people, that's the target market. You're starting to advertise on social media. How long have you been doing this with your two artists?
Okay. So just recently we gained Ian Wright, which I mentioned as our second artist, but we've been working with Jack McInerney since the start of our business. But since we've gotten 2 artists, we've already gotten 3 sales, and that's just since the call last week that was accepting us into the iGen challenge. So our sales is moving very quickly.
Yeah, as we get more artists, we're also getting more and like more sales.
Is that through word of mouth?
Mostly through word of mouth and Instagram. So we reach out to artists on Instagram, we see their art, we just see the local ones that are being passed over, and those are the more artists we want to get recognition for.
How many shoe sales have you had?
Total, so far we've had 3, but we just started marketing big time through 1 week ago.
So if I understand, you're kind of a marketplace that matches artists with people who are looking for custom shoes. I'm curious who owns the customer? Does the buyer interact through your platform, or do you hand them off to the artist and they kind of handle that transaction off the platform?
So to start, they contact us through our website. We talk about what design they want, and based on our artist's strengths, we look at our artist's strengths, and based on what the shoe they're looking to get designed, like the customization, we hand it off to whatever artist we think fits that. So if Jack McInerney, say, is better at realism, and that shoe is more realistic, then we give it to him, and we let them discuss what pieces he can change, what can he do.
Awesome. And then as that customer interaction happens, so they are effectively handed off entirely to interact with the artist directly, or do you at any point kind of retain that customer and continue to market to them directly?
So as we go through the sales, so once we hand it off to them, like after they've done talking with the artist, we kind of all 3 come together, the artist, the customer, and we all talk about what they want for price, because we're kind of the negotiators that will help the artist just to start. But as the business grows, that's kind of where we're looking to go.
Awesome. I think it's a great business. I think you should be taking more than 10% is my advice. This is great.
Fair enough.
Any more questions from our judges? All right, so thank you, shoebnb boys. And we'll let the judges fill out their their feedback. These fine young gentlemen this was an idea literally like 8 weeks ago. We have a grade 12 meeting up with a grade 10, and they both had the same combined passion, and so you guys have taken it a long way, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So much.
Yeah. You can pass that to Christoph. Well done, buddy. Yeah, I think to clarify, Austin, it's basically they want to become the Airbnb where they're the brokerage. Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yeah. All right. So if you want to just get ready and we'll get our. Yeah. Here comes our next contestant. Can you go beep sleep, Christoph? Awesome. And then you can take your mask off the things here, Laduli. And we'll get you. Actually, you can just use this mic.
So I have one question for you all. Have you ever dealt with a cranky teenager? The answer is probably yes. And if anybody online is a teenager, have you ever felt dead when you're going to school? Have you ever felt like a zombie walking from class to class? Well, this is usually mostly due to sleep deprivation in teens. So that's why I created my business called Bleep Sleep. It's a website to help promote better sleeping habits in teens to help them improve their day-to-day lives. So hi, my name is Laduli Hewage. I am a grade 10 student at OKM. I got this idea for my business through personal experience and also through experience through my peers. My last 2 quarters were pretty tough. I was swamped with academics and extracurriculars, and I didn't have a lot of time to get the proper amount of sleep. And that's when I started feeling demotivated. I was cranky all the time. I was always tired. And that's when a couple of my friends came up to me and said, maybe it's because of your sleeping habits, because they had similar problems in quarter 1. And because it did come from some of my peers, I took it seriously and I actually changed my habits. And I can say it has helped me so much. So that's how I got this idea. I also want to help other teens do this. So the problem is 73% of teenagers are sleep deprived, and sleep deprivation can cause the inability to concentrate, poor driving decisions, a huge increase in anxiety and depression. And I consulted a doctor about it, and he said it was because of phone use before you go to bed. So the phone use before you go to bed is producing blue light emissions, which is reducing your melatonin. And your melatonin is the hormone that controls our sleep-wake cycle, so it's hard to go to bed, and then it's hard to wake up in the morning. I did a survey for 30 teenagers, ages varying and also genders, asking about their sleeping habits. The recommended amount is 8 to 10 hours, and as you can see, most of them do not meet that. So the solution we provide is I created this website where there's a lot of blog information to help educate you, specifically targeted towards teens. There's a sleep playlist and a subscribe form. I also created a group forum called the Bleep Sleep Snoozers. And basically it's to create a community of teenagers so we can really play on that teens helping teens aspect that helped me so much. We currently have 19 active users on the website currently. And we also have a shop where we promote products to help you get better sleep. So we have the multi-device charging station to maybe keep your phones and your devices out of your room at night, just a little help with that. I also have a podcast called Drowsy, where every Wednesday I'll talk for 10 to 15 minutes about teen sleeping habits. I feel like this will be helpful because it is coming from me, a teen, and it might be more impactful for other teenagers to hear this other than a doctor with a medical degree telling them all these specific terms. I will put it in their language because I've been there and I've done that. Our target market is teenagers who get less than 8 hours of sleep per night, and a subcategory of this would be athletes, because when I pitched this idea to my business class and I mentioned the growth hormone that is released during sleep, suddenly all the athletes perked up and were very interested in what I was saying, so that's why I'm going to use that validation and really act on it. Our second one is parents of teens. Parents tend to care more about their kids' health than they do themselves, so that's why we want to get them in on it. We will be advertising through 3 domains: Instagram for our younger target market, Google and Facebook ads for our adults, and also through word of mouth promotion. Our costs, we're going to be paying sponsors like brands and influencers to promote our brand, and also small sleeping businesses. I paid for 10 days of targeted Instagram ads, which took $50, which is what I used from the Trellis account. And also website payments, which is $10 a month to Wix for a custom domain and to keep the website running. I got a 50% discount on that Wix payment because I got in at the right time, so I saved money on that. We have a three-pronged approach to accumulating revenue. We have referrals to professionals. If a teenager needs professional help, we can get that for them. I reached out to Pam Knee Sleep and also Trank Sleep Care Clinic. They'll both be paying me $15 per referral. I'll also be promoting online products through affiliate sales. I signed up for the Amazon Affiliate Sales Marketing Program, and they'll give me 10% commission for that. And we'll also have an influencer model. Our traction, so over 20 days, we have over 40 followers on the Instagram. And we have reached 135 accounts, 607 impressions, 338 profile visits with 90 content interactions. Here are 2 testimonials from 2 of the users that we got. Meet Dr. Wayne Lai. He's a neurologist and a sleep specialist, and he is the medical director for Trank Sleep Care Clinic, one of our referral clinics. And we are collabing to conduct a survey to see how open teens are to changing their sleeping habits and to also bring sleep education into the BC curriculum. He was kind enough to fill out a supporter form for us, and he had some pretty nice things to say, which I really appreciate. Our competitors are the thousands of better health blogs out there. There are about 5 million articles on teen sleep. But what sets us apart is that we are focused solely on teen sleep, and because of this, there is no other website like us. We are also a company run by the target market, meaning I am a teen, I've been there, I've done that, and I can also really connect with our users and know what will get through to them. My next steps is to go on the ZED podcast. That's a KSS-based podcast to give Gen Z a voice, and I'll be doing that over the summer. I want to create an app with a reward system for sleep and really tap into that teenage addictive mentality with streaks or getting certain badges for, if you get the required amount of sleep per week, something like that. I want to get 20 affiliate sales by the end of this year, which will, with the 10%, I will probably get around $60. It's not much, but it'll be a start. I also want to get 50 members on the website by the end of 2021. These are the UN sustainability goals we are achieving: 3, good health and well-being, and also 4, quality education. Here are all the places where we can, you guys can contact us. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed. Woo.
I just want to say what a great looking presentation that was. Very clean, very, very clear, and I really like your logo.
Thank you.
So I do have a question for you. When I was getting ready for today, I Googled bleep sleep, and you probably know what I found. Can you tell me what your solution is going to be for that problem?
I am going to take the L out of bleep, is basically my plan for that. I realized there was another company called Bleep Sleep that makes CPAP masks for older people, and I didn't know that making this, so I think I'm just going to take the L out, make it beep sleep.
Make your alarm. Beep, beep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Going in with the phones and all that, so I didn't have enough time to change it before this presentation, so I just stuck, but that's my, yeah.
Great presentation. Fully big believer in the problem. Have myself had this problem as well. I think, from my understanding, your business is primarily serving the content that you're producing through blogs and podcasts. Have you considered monetizing the content, or is your goal to monetize the customer through some of the ancillary things like the Amazon affiliates, or have you thought of an approach similar to like a Headspace or a Calm type of a product where the content is the product you're paying for?
I have thought of monetizing. I wasn't at that stage yet. I just wanted to get this up and running. But I think definitely one of my next steps would be getting mentorship on how to monetize these types of things. But I think that would be a great way, because I am serving so much content, and it would be an obvious way to accumulate more revenue.
Awesome, thank you.
comments? Okay, can you put me on? Check, check. Well, I just have to say, Laduli, you blew me away. You started this blog, I think, about 6, 7 weeks ago, or this whole project, and you nailed it.
Thank you. Thank you all for your time.
And doesn't she have a lovely voice? I could listen to her voice on a podcast. Your voice might put me to sleep if you were, doing meditations.
That's your business. That's
yeah.
your business.
Yeah,
Read
it's
me
a great
bedtime
voice.
stories.
Judges, please take your time to coordinate yourselves. We are going to go for an earlier break. So your goal now is to try and get your self ordered, and we're going to take probably a bit longer break, 30-minute break, and just sort of before you step out, maybe try and order them 1 to 4. Good luck with that.
We'll throw on the lights here for you.
Yeah, we can throw out the house lights.
Sounds good.
So those of you online, we're going to take about a 30-minute break, and we'll be back with the last half of the group. And so enjoy a bathroom break or food break or whatever, and then come back in a half an hour. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Probably get some house music on or something. Could do that. Check, 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 check. I'll just welcome the audience back on the video, and then do you have the clicker? That works there, yeah. And then can you go to big mode for their presentation? Check, check. All right, so welcome back to the second half of the iGen Challenge in 2021. We have 5 more groups, and we're really excited to welcome the young ladies with Sweet Pea Produce. Go ahead for it.
Sweet Peas Produce. Our team consists of ourselves, Cheyenne Ott, Skylar Bramman, our family, and a herd of ducks to manage insects in the gardens. Combined, we have 18 ducks.
Both our mothers are gardeners, and we were raised on the outdoors and gardening from the time we could walk. Gardening and growing food has always been an important part of our lives.
The soil I grow in is rich, mineral-packed soil. The vegetables I grow best are cucumbers and lettuce.
The soil of my garden is very sandy, and we work in lots of rich horse manure. The vegetables we grow best are tomatoes, peas, and beans.
We both have many more things. We both grow many more things, but these are the highest producing crops.
If we cannot meet demands in our first year of operation, we have a combined 9 acres of expansion space. There we go. Parents are busy people and will always find the most time and money efficient ways to shop.
Parents want the best for their children. They want them to have a good life, to enjoy it, to have a good childhood, and they want to provide this for them. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. Sometimes parents are unable to provide their children with the things we enjoy most in life, good food. It's expensive and not always the best quality for the price that's being paid.
Parents are always looking for the best quality for the best price and wish to make the shopping experience of bringing their children into the grocery store as easy and convenient as possible.
Sweepies Produce strives to getting great quality and affordable produce for parents as easy and enjoyable as possible.
We deliver our highest quality produce to your door to remove the stress and hassle of taking young children into the store, especially during COVID.
Sweepies grows high quality food throughout the year, and as fruits and vegetables come on and off season, we box them up and deliver them to the door of the customer. We are not limited to only vegetables. We have a wide variety of other wonderful things we add to certain special order boxes. Leave an address with the order and we'll drive it out to you and collect the money. To place an order, simply contact us on Facebook or Instagram with your address and your order. Boxes will vary depend on size and contents.
The prices of our boxes all depend on what the order is. Different size families have different needs as well as different tastes. They may love vegetables and eat many or only eat a few. Our box offers are as follows. Small families, this is a small box. Medium families, this is a medium-sized box. And large families, this is a large box, as you probably guessed. We also have special offer boxes we call selected vegetables. Oh, crap. Selected vegetables, this is where the customer chooses the vegetables in their order. A mystery box, this is where we customize the contents of the box each week, so it's different each time. Size and contents change each week. A grower select box is where we put the best growing or most plentiful crop of the time into the box. And finally, a VIP box is where we make a box, size select to the customer, and fill it with many vegetables, but the thing that makes it special is we add more, like herbs, bread, fruit, eggs, flours, jams, teas, and other baked goods. This will be our most expensive, of course, but truly worth it. Some of the competitors in the same business as we are Urban Harvest Organic Delivery and Farmbound Vernon.
Both these companies are well established in Kelowna and the surrounding areas. They also have more utilities than we do, like several delivery runs and a bigger team than two. That will not stop us from working hard to catch up and establish ourselves in this produce community.
Urban Harvest Organic Delivery customizes a box of fruits and vegetables per week with fresh produce grown in the area. They do not grow their own produce like we do, only put it in boxes and send it away. They also operate year-round and have suppliers from far away. We do not operate year-round.
What sets us apart from this company is that we grow our own food, ensuring it is always top quality. We do not operate through the winter as they do, but having suppliers all over makes them very different than us, and in our opinion, more like a grocery store.
Farmbound is more similar to us. The way it works is that you log on to their website and select the box you want or customize one, and then it will be delivered to your door. Very similar to the way we operate, but we are not equipped with a website.
Both these companies do not promote their affordability like we do. We ensure that the product people buy is the best price they can get, and the customer knows it. Produce is a high demand item for many people. People who generally like a good plate of vegetables more than the average person are vegetarians or vegans, healthy nuts like the kind of people who shop at Nature's Fair, and of course, parents who want healthy and active kids.
In the summer of 2020, my mother and I grew a large garden and sold boxes of produce for pickup. We have about 4 contacts who would be interested in purchasing boxes again. Now, with proper advertising, we wish to expand that number sufficiently. My aunt also works with low-income families who would appreciate a low-price box of vegetables. These are our costs and money gained for each box we sell. The expenses we pay to grow each box is the cost of the seeds and plants. We stay true to our word when we say we sell affordable food.
These are our financial projections for the upcoming year. For the first few months, we play a waiting game for things to start growing, and we lose no money because sunlight and rain is free. We should be starting to turn a profit sometime in June to July and break even from fees for for paying for seeds and rototillers sometime in late July to August. Then from then on, we continue to make money from selling boxes. Our only fee to pay for our business is the price of gas for delivering. Which we will add to the price of the box. Only a few dollars will be added for the gas, so we stay true to our word that we provide high quality, affordable food. By the end of the growing and selling season, we hope to have turned a profit of $200. Our UN sustainable goals are
Zero hunger,
good health and well-being,
and life on land.
We chose these goals because we strive to bring good food to families who may not be able to afford the store-bought produce in this time of the grocery price boom. Therefore, zero hunger.
We chose good health and well-being because produce is good for your body, it's healthy, and a good healthy meal always helps a person feel better if they're feeling down, or so I find.
And lastly, life on land, because we make the best of the wonderful world around us to grow the best quality food we can to help provide better lives to those around us as well as ourselves. Gardening and growing can be very healing. We hope that others see what wonderful things we can produce from the earth will inspire them to do the same.
These are the photos of our progress so far in growing and planting.
Show your support for us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Thank you for listening.
So you have competitors. What do they sell a box of?
Oh, can I come back to that question? I actually have that written down in my notebook over there.
Oh, go get it.
Yeah.
Is there another question? Yeah.
So I appreciate the description of all the dirt and the ducks. Question for you with the seasonality. How will you continue to have a diverse basket of produce, to make sure that people are happy with the diverse things that they're getting? How many different products do you think you'll grow, fruits, vegetables, that kind of thing?
I think because both of our gardens grow different things at different times, and plus we live at different elevation, because I live really high up and so does Skylar, just I guess pretty high too, but because different things grow, so we could join them together with different things.
We can also do staggered planting, so plant a row of this crop and then 2 weeks later plant another one so that they grow at different times, so we always have more producing throughout the year. We can also do that with different varieties of things.
Great pitch. I love your mission of affordability, and I think you spoke to that really well throughout the presentation. I'm curious what your capacity limits are for scale, and how much can you produce, or how many customers could you serve until you ran into a demand problem?
I was actually expecting this one. Yeah. So if we have troubles with demand in the first year, we can do staggered plantings, like I said, and if we want to continue in the next year, which we will, we have the combined 9 acres, so we can easily expand without trouble.
I think
probably,
I think it
get an order out to somebody, it would probably be about a day. Sometimes within the day. It really just depends on the location of the customer.
Thank you.
Okay, back to the box price question. I couldn't actually find anything for the prices from those 2 other companies, but The amount of vegetables we would be selling in, let's say, a small box would be equivalent to $12 to $15 in a grocery store, and we're selling that for $7 to $8.
Mhm. Yes, yeah.
All right. Well done, Sweet Pea. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know I'm going to be a customer. I'm signing up. Come on down and we'll get the next group on up. Fantastic work. Yeah. Thank you. And thank you. Do you want to get Smoothie City? Are they next? Yeah.
Well, I want a knuckle bump.
Oh, yes. Yes. Good work. All right. All right. Well, our next group enters. Yeah, I like the fact that they had ducks working for them. They work for a good wage. Check, check, check. We got one. Okay. Check, check. Check, 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 check.
Hello, everyone. To start off, we'd like to thank everyone for attending this presentation today. Our project name is Smoothie City, but we'll get into further details later on. We have 19 members in Smoothie City, and here we have a picture of our executive team, where we are each in charge of leading different roles, such as accounting or marketing. But we all work together to plan ahead. Today, we have Katie and I representing the team. My name is Katie, and I had a part on working on the financials and the logo and the planning and preparation of our business. I love this project because it brings together a school community and can make a difference for our students. Something about me is I love traveling. My name is Mihak, and I've been in this project from early on. I helped apply for grants and present to community members. I love this project because we're supporting some amazing charities, and we're creating an impact that will last long after we graduate. Something about me is that I like badminton and biking. Our problem: 51% of high school students eat breakfast every morning. That means 49% don't. Coming to school on an empty stomach has side effects like decreased focus and lack of energy, which puts students who don't eat breakfast at a large disadvantage. The solution: a healthy, easy, and affordable option right at your own school. Our business, Smoothie City, plans to send affordable and sustainable smoothies for students and staff members to enjoy. Not only that, but we will have a choose your charity system where customers get to pick where their profit goes towards. Our two big revenue streams will be coming from selling a variety of flavors of smoothies, coffee, and tea. We're also going to be having a delivery service for staff where they can order a beverage in the morning and get it delivered right to their class. Right now, we are planning to have a soft launch in September and be fully functioning in December. Our student volunteers will arrive at 8 a.m. and take 15 minutes to set up and get everything ready. Then from 8:15 to 8:45, we'll be open and selling. Then from 8:45 to 9:30, student volunteers will prepare the coffee orders for our resource room students to get them delivered. Since our target market is our school, it's very easy and inexpensive for us to reach everyone. We will be marketing through our school's social media website and announcements. Last week, we put out a survey to Rutland Senior Secondary staff and students and got 93 responses that will help us choose which flavors to buy and just overall how to make our business better. We have a voodoo cafe at our school, but this won't be a problem because they mainly focus on cooked meals and we will be opening at separate times. We're also competing with local beverage shops such as Jade and Joel's and Starbucks. But we have a competitive advantage because we are closer and more affordable.
Our UN goals are number 3, good health and well-being, since we are promoting consuming a healthy breakfast every day in order to improve work and life quality. Number 12, responsible consumption and production, because we are encouraging students to bring their own cups, but we will be providing a compostable cup alternative that can be composted right at our own school. Number 15, life on land. By supporting causes like the SPCA and Take Two, we are supporting initiatives that are improving life on land. The table on the left shows how much each item costs us to make and how much we are planning to sell everything for. Our startup costs include our first delivery, which is about $900, and blenders, which we got donated to us today from Home Depot. And our fridge was kindly donated by RSS Pack, and our coffee maker will be donated by Tug 6, which is the same brand that we're buying all of our food concentrate from.
In a full year, we're projected to make around $25,000. We have minimal expenses aside from our starting equipment and some cleaning supplies. We don't pay rent, utilities, or insurance, as these costs are covered by our school. Our students are paid in volunteer hours that are needed to graduate.
So, as of today, we are set to open next September, and we've received a lot of interest from students, staff, and community members. As you can see, we've raised over $1,400 from our Trellis campaign. We are currently applying for the Youth Engagement Grant, which could award us with an extra $1,000. This morning, we had a meeting with the Vice President and Manager of Home Depot, and they graciously donated us 2 blenders. Thank you so much for your time. Do you guys have any questions? And we have some samples of smoothies that we got ready for you guys. So we'll just pass those around.
I have a question for you. So you answered part of my question about how are you going to incentivize volunteers to come and get up that early and work for you. How do you organize your volunteers, and how do you think you're going to manage to keep your volunteers going for a full year? Because that seems like, being in a volunteer organization myself, volunteering, it's hard to wrangle your volunteers. So I'm just curious about that.
So for, I think, all of the high schools, you need 30 volunteer hours to graduate, and that's a graduation requirement. And because Smoothie City is right at their own school, it makes it much easier for them to get those hours. On our executive team, we also have a person who's in charge of scheduling volunteers and finding volunteers and all of that stuff. I hope that answers the question. Yeah.
Great presentation, and congrats on getting people like Home Depot to donate supplies for you. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
This may be an early question given you're still in a very early testing phase, but how do you plan to forecast some of your inventory and ingredients to know that you have enough on hand to serve your customers, but not too much that you're creating waste?
So that's a great question. So we do have a person on the executive team who is in charge of organizing deliveries. For the first couple of weeks, we'll probably test everything out, and then from there we will have a concrete plan on how much to order and what type of flavors the students like the most.
Perhaps a recommendation maybe to have your customers pre-order the night before, so that way the day of you know exactly how much to create demand for.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Thank you.
Source your ingredients
All of our ingredients come from Tug 6. We are also looking for a ice distributor at the moment. So yeah, all the concentrate comes from Tug 6, also with our coffee.
No, thank you.
Was there any, like, what would you do after this? So it's fine, you've got the support, let's say, of the school, you know, you're not paying rent, you're not paying salary or anything. What would you do to take this out into the community? Do you have any intention of doing that at any time, or is it just sort of a school project?
Going to be a school project, but we also do want to have the community involved, especially the charities. We want the charities to come in and speak to our students because a lot of the charities are local and smaller and they might be unknown. So that's one way that we want to involve the community.
How do your costs stack up? I mean, $4 for a smoothie is not. I think people would use this every day as a supplement for breakfast. That cost would add up quite a lot.
We did put out a survey recently, and I think the majority of people answered that they would purchase twice a week. I think that was the most popular answer, and we also had some people doing more or less than that.
Awesome work, Smoothie City. Thank you, Katie and Mahak. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well done. Just bring your microphones right up to Christoph. That would be awesome. Oh,
Thank you.
good sample. Well done. Excellent work. Just drop them off to Christoph there. So from one smoothie company, we have, we'll just let the microphone transfer go on. We have another cafe idea born from Emily. So do you want to make your way up and we'll give you that microphone? There's stairs there, just watch your step. Yeah, it's probably easiest to go up there. And we'll get the next presentation. Yeah. Awesome. Take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Gavers and I would like to welcome you to the Tree Cafe. Most students are excited for June because it's the end of school year. But you know what I'm excited for? It's Pride Month.
Woo!
I overcame a big personal challenge in 2018 as coming out as bisexual. Fortunately for me, I was surrounded by supportive friends and family. Unfortunately, not everyone was as supportive. This pride flag was my mom bought me the pride flag as the first Christmas as I came out. The real problems I want to address is discrimination and the use of plastics. This is a timeline of the growth of same-sex rights in the history of Canada. There have been developments, but they're still not as good as they should be in 2021. There are many social and emotional costs of coming out. For example, 50% of teens have had a hard time coming out, with 68% having a family rejection, and ethnic LGBT communities are twice as likely to come to an event like this than anyone else. There are also financial costs for transition surgeries. Did you know that 55% of Canadian transgender individuals have been denied coverage for surgeries? Or have you known that 50% of transgender individuals simply can't afford these surgeries? My solution is the Tree Cafe. It's an eco-friendly and a safe environment for all individuals to come, sit down, have a drink, and have a light snack. UN goals my cafe will address is gender equality and production of products.
As for right now, this is currently a sole woman's owned business, but as I continue to grow, it will expand to many different customers and students who can be volunteers and help get their journey started. My cafe provides a service with cafe, food and beverage, LGBTQ plus events and speakers, fundraising for transition gender surgeries, as well as charitable donations. The finances for the Trade True Cafe include startup costs, fixed costs, and variable costs. There are 3 main food and beverage options available in the cafe. Our item number 1 are the Pride Pops. There are 2 main options of gluten-free and regular. You'd go to Starbucks and you'd pay $5 for a pop. I'm not about that. I want to make sure I can leave a more affordable price for all individuals. Our second item is Equally Iced, which is our main iced coffee. I have calculated that I'll make about almost $3,500 per month by selling large cups of coffee for, I'm going to say 250 cups of coffee per week, and I would end up with $3,500 with a month. Item number 3 is our closet door sandwiches. There are 3 different options between gluten-free, vegan, and regular. Each sandwich would be a profit of $3, and I'd make around $2,100 per month off of these sandwiches. In addition, there will also be other products offered for individuals. There will also be other products offered for sale to allow individuals to connect with one another and to waste less plastic. For example, our pronoun and name tag pins will allow people to express their identity and feel more comfortable. As far as competition, the opportunity is real. I don't have competition. There's nothing like this in Kelowna and nothing like this in Canada. There is a night spot called Friends of Dorothy in Kelowna that I would like to take the opportunity to discuss with them on having half and half of a lease sale to provide a larger and more diverse clientele, because they do only serve alcoholic beverages. Oh, sorry. As for the Rainbow Cafe, there is a youth center in Europe called the Rainbow Cafe. The Rainbow Cafe has a lot of charitable events for the LGBT called the Friday Night Drop-In and Transitions, what allows everybody to come together and be themselves. I enjoyed that idea, so I created my own of Motivation Monday and Love Wins Wednesday. Motivation Monday will allow inspirational speakers to come in and discuss who they are and how this problem made them who they are today. And Love Wins Wednesday is a chance to allow people to bring their family, friends, and their supporters in to show them who they really are. And for and to show off everyone within the cafe and to give a special thanks to all these inspirational speakers of showing them who they are, we will take place on Instagram, TikTok, and Wix. When I mapped out all the expenses and profits of my business should generate profits of almost $80,000. My first year's expenses should be $59,000, as well as leaving me with almost $24,000. I will make some money in the first year, but I know I'll make an even bigger difference within people's lives. I would love to share you a story of a family friend named Cameron. Cameron underwent a transition of female to male, and he helped me share the story of what it would be like to have this cafe from when he was younger. And if you wouldn't mind, I would love to share a quote he had said. "Opening a cafe like this would impact so many lives for the greater good. By building a stronger community and leading by example in showing and giving back to not only the people, but the environment that we all share. We all can't flourish if we don't take care of the place we call home, whether it be our bodies or the place or the planet we all share." And I want to say a big thank you to everyone.
Woo-hoo. Okay. Comments, questions? Well done, Emily. You did a fantastic job.
Great job. Just a question for you. So you're talking about having a cafe. So you would be leasing a space? Is that what you're thinking of doing?
I had the opportunity. I haven't had the opportunity yet, but I want to discuss with Friends of Dorothy to see if they would be willing to do half and half of the lease. Because I know for right now, Friends of Dorothy is only from 4 to 10 for the evenings, and they do the nightclub with alcohol beverages, but I want to include a more diverse from the mornings to the evenings for all individuals.
Okay. And my second question was, when I noticed in your final assessment about profitability, you hadn't included any information for staffing on that as a cost. Are you looking to run the business just as a one-person operation for now?
Just the one single operation for now.
And as a final comment, I have a child who's non-binary, so I know how difficult it can be to talk about it, so kudos to you and having the courage to share your story with everybody. Well done.
This is just a business plan to date. But you clearly shared a product here. So have you been testing products as you start to build out what you think your menu will be? By the way, I think it's a great idea to build activism, care for people, very courageous what you're doing with food, because food's one of my favorite things, and people are the other favorite thing, or I wouldn't be in the business I'm in. So congratulations on the idea. But are you testing a menu out? Like, are you?
I'm testing a menu out. I'm not sure on exactly what I'm all going to put in there, but I know like the 3 main options are like the Pride Pops and the Equally Iced and the Sandwich Shack the closet door sandwiches are the main ones for now, but in the future I will be upgrading and expanding.
Say in the school population even, in terms of, or even a number of schools, the demand for a cafe, and have you done sort of had a conversation about location?
In restaurants since I was 14, and I've met a lot of people who are part of the LGBT plus community, including myself, that have faced discrimination within the workplace, and I wanted to create a place where they didn't feel unsafe, and they had more of a welcoming feel, and they could provide and expand and grow from that.
Yeah, I love your idea. It's fantastic, and yeah, huge kudos to you for sure. I think adding the activity, like the Monday and the Wednesday night gatherings, would hugely help, just from a margin standpoint, I guess, and just bring people in the evenings and during the day versus lunch crowd, for example, or whatever. But how would you source or how would you reach these motivational speakers? Do you have people that are interested in doing evenings of that type of sort, or how would you reach these folks?
I know a lot of people who are a part of the LGBT, including Cameron, and I feel like he would be more than welcome to speak on his behalf. And I'm from Alberta, and we used to have a GSA, which is a gay, straight, sex alley. And we had a bunch of individuals who were more than welcoming to speak about on their behalf and how it changed them to who they are today, and what they would feel like they would benefit from, like if they had a safe space like the Rainbow Cafe or
through your own network. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all your time.
Woo-hoo! Well done, Emily. Thank you, thank you. So as we bring up our next group, we're going to transition. I am reminded of the school district's theme this year, dealing with COVID and all the different things. The school district picked courage as a theme, and I just think we had that exemplified on stage. So well done, Emily. Fantastic work. Yeah. Next up is the Trippy Tapestries. Moving right along, we have Hannah. I'm going to brag about Hannah before she even gets on stage. Hannah's a young entrepreneur that actually had 2 businesses that made it to the top, to the semifinals. She is here to present one of those businesses, but it's a very first that we've had a semi-finalist with 2 actual distinct businesses. So come on up, Hannah. Get over.
Hello. So my name is Hannah. I started TribuTap when I started entrepreneurship class this year. I started it with my friend Peyton. She is in charge of all our social media. So she is the face of the brand, but I take care of all the behind the scenes, sorry. So I basically take care of all the designs for the tapestries. I take care of the website, shipping, everything that you could ever think of, and she kind of just presents it to people, talks about it, and yeah, she makes all the Instagram posts and TikTok, so I don't have to worry about that one. For our UN sustainable goals, we are focusing on well-being because we are facing a huge problem today with drugs and younger people using them as well as alcohol. So people much younger these days have access to drugs now, and it's becoming a huge problem. Mental health is literally declining, and it's awful. So we decided with these tapestries, we're gonna help with that. So basically the point of the tapestries is to help with meditation and just to kind of escape reality. So these, you can set them up in your room and have your LED lights going, which is something that's very popular now these days. You get them to change colors, and that kind of plays with the illusion of all the tapestries. So you get kind of like a really cool like color illusion that you can just kind of stare into, meditate on, and focus. So you don't have to focus on your stress and like what's going on every day. It's just like a nice like little breather and relaxer. It also boosts vivid dreams. So if you are looking into exploring your like dream world more, it honestly brings them to life. It brings more colors into them. Even if you don't realize it, you'll wake up in the morning and you're going to reflect on them and actually have very good sleep instead of being stressed all the time, because I'm someone that used to struggle with nightmares a lot, and these I have noticed have changed that to like more bright, better, and positive. So this is kind of like a representation of what it's supposed to look like. Of course, it's not like how it actually looks like. It looks a lot better in person, in my opinion, but this is kind of like a rough, like, representation of what they look like, and this is our most popular one. So we've already sold around 12 so far. This one I've sold 2 of because people just really seem to like this one. So how we operate. I create all of our designs on Photoshop, and we then send it to Teespring, which is a drop shipping site that sells t-shirts, pants, hats, everything of that sort, and they also have tapestries. So I was like, well, this is a great idea, let's run with it. So basically I can create new designs whenever I feel like. At this moment we have over 20 designs that are very alike and creative, colorful, very fun, and Teespring basically just takes care of all the drop shipping for us. For competition, we have Amazon. They sell a bunch of different kinds, but their quality isn't as high as people would normally like. And then Urban Outfitters is also a big one. Their tapestries, I don't quite like the look of. It's not really entertaining to the eye, which is why I came up with a really colorful and unique design. Theirs are also quite more expensive. So for our revenue, we sell on our site and get people to go on our site through links on social media, which is TikTok and Instagram at the moment. We are also looking into partnering with LED light companies to kind of help us out, get more viewers, shoppers. So for our prices, we sell for small, medium, and large. As you can see, medium is a little bit more expensive than what normally people would pay for. This is because we're using decoy pricing. So for our small, we are at $34.99 for sale price, and medium is $59.99, large is $69.99, which is very close to medium price. We are not expecting to sell any mediums, but it'll boost sales in our large ones. We are looking at selling more through social media, getting more viewers out there. So these are just projections, but obviously if we have more, we'll make more. For promotions, we are focusing mainly on TikTok because it is a very easy platform to grow on. The algorithm works very different from Instagram, Facebook, and all of that. So TikTok is a very big one for us that we are currently focusing on to getting up there, paying for some advertisements and stuff. Instagram and Snapchat are something that we're gonna look at after because the algorithm works so differently. They're a bit slower. Snapchat, I know it takes a couple months to get ads going on there, but TikTok is literally right away. So for currently, we are growing our social media, which is a really big focus for us. And we're creating more videos, more visuals for people because that's kind of like what's going on TikTok, and it's in the perfect age range too because we're selling to mainly like 12 to 20-year-olds, and that's where all these people are at. So yeah, you can come follow us on our TikTok and Instagram, and there is our email if you have any further questions. Yeah, of course. So I've been in Photoshop since I was 11 years old. So I have quite a bit of experience and it's something that I really like doing. So I decided this is a really good way for me to kind of show my creativity and get things out there. Yeah.
Love the designs and very creative work. One of the problems you stated near the beginning of your presentation was kids and their access to drugs is very high right now. Maybe I missed the part of the presentation. How does that tie together with your product?
Because the tapestries basically create like a escape of reality, which is what people are looking at. Because when you have like depression, that normally leads to more drug use and alcohol use. And I know like over 50% of students right now, they have experienced binge drinking, and over 40% have like used marijuana, which isn't the best for our society at all. But this, I have been told by many of my friends that are in the same age range, that this actually quite helps them calm down because your brain is actively looking for something to be entertained by. So this is actually a really good one because it's constant. The colors are constantly changing on there. And I can't show you right now because I don't like have an example of like with LED lights, but they are very fun to look at, and you can kind of just look at them and like breathe or try to go to sleep. So yeah.
Do you have any usage guidelines that come with the product of like where we recommend putting it in the house or like how these
normally bedrooms, because that's where kids have their LED lights and they are very popular in there right now. So it's just kind of like to also increase the colors in your room, because if you're dark in your room all the time, it's not gonna bring out like your positivity. I found that more colors honestly make you a lot happier even if you don't notice it.
That's awesome.
For the viewers at home, can you bring the tapestries into the shot? Yeah, just come into the shot. We've got live tapestries.
I have a question. I have a question for you about the LED lights. Are you planning to sell the LED lights as well?
We are actually looking at partnering with someone that we found on TikTok. They also have like a small business for them, and they kind of tweak them a little bit. So we are looking into getting in contact with them and seeing if there's any business deals going on in there, because that would honestly be amazing because we'd get more viewers, more shoppers, and they do have a decent amount of followers, but not enough to the point where it's like they'll ignore us completely, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you so much for watching.
Check. Wow, Hannah, I remember seeing you about 10 weeks ago and none of this existed. We said that boredom of the COVID generation brought more creativity. Hannah's first business was a cosmetic line that she invented while bored on a COVID break. And then she got back into the classroom with Dr. Jensen and created this. And yeah, I love the skateboarder ollieing. I thought in the astronaut suit. Yeah. I thought maybe you'd like that one too. All right, we are cruising right along, and we're right up to our last competitor. So there was 2 years ago when the Raptors were in the Game 7 or whenever they won it, we were on this night and we were like, let's go, let's get out of here. It's not a Raptors night, but we're just about to wrap it. But last but not least, we have a very special presenter named Angel with our final pitch of the night. Angel, come on up.
Hello. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for your precious time tonight. And this is my clothing business called Extraordinary You. So my name is Angel, and I'm Filipino. Fashion. I'm really interested in fashion, and that's one of the reasons why I chose clothing as my business. But the main reason is inequality. I have faced discrimination before simply because I'm Asian, and
So strong. You've done it before.
and
Take a deep breath.
because of that experience, I had social anxiety since then. Like, I started becoming afraid of people and like how others would look at me. But I also treated someone unfairly back then. And it was also for the same reason. Because of who they were, specifically their sexuality. So like, I was homophobic. But like, when I was exposed more to the LGBTQ plus community, I learned a lot about them, and I also learned from my mistakes. And ironically, I've become part of the community too, which I'm really proud of. It's 2021, and we've come a long way with the LGBTQ plus advocacy and acceptance. But there are still 78% of LGBTQ students that are still victim to verbal abuse. And because of that, they are 4 times more likely to attempt suicide than their straight peers. And I want to do something about the ongoing feeling of rejection that this community faces. So my idea is to create a clothing business that promotes equality, but mainly on the LGBTQ plus community. To make people feel supported, accepted, loved, and most importantly, respected. My goal is to make people feel proud of who they are and be more confident about themselves by showing them that they're not alone and that it is okay to be unique. My solution supports UN goal number 3, 5, and 10, because positive thinking and feeling is good for someone's health and well-being, specifically their mental health. And my business main focus is promoting equality, so that also includes gender equality, and that, of course, helps reduce inequality. For my business operation, I use Teespring, which is a free platform where you can create and sell your own products. So, like, that's where I create my products by creating a design. And then, in order for my products to sell, I would have to do the marketing and promoting myself. And then another good thing about Teespring is that they do the heavy work for you, from printing to shipping the product to the buyer. So like when someone buys the product, they will do the printing, which is the design, and then they will ship the product to the buyer. And then every week I plan to take down certain products, like the designs that didn't do well, and replace them with new designs. My target market are teenagers and young adults that are part of the LGBTQ+ community, and that also includes allies. Since I'm also selling online buyers are also part of my target market. And my revenue stream at the moment is one-time payment. My business model is like a mix of e-commerce and drop shipping, because like I sell my products over the internet from the domain that I bought from Teespring, and then Teespring, who will make the product, will ship the product to the buyer. For my financial projections, I would need to pay Teespring $15 a year, so that's my only fixed cost, because everything else is free in Teespring. And then one moment. Oh yeah, so like my profit cost varies around $5 to $10, depending on the base price of the product and how much I'm selling it for. And I don't have to pay for the base product, because like I said, everything else is free in Teespring. And yeah. For promotions, I'm planning on promoting my business mainly on Instagram, because that's where a lot of my target market is. And I can choose which post, aka what product, to promote, and I can choose how much I want to pay daily and how many days I want it to get promoted. So like the more money you pay daily, the more days you choose to promote it, the larger the audience it would reach. And one other way that I plan to promote my business is using my network, and it's also on Instagram, because I have quite a lot of online friends that can help me with promoting my business. And luckily, some of them have big accounts. They have like thousands of followers. I have a lot of competitors, let's be honest, because like the clothing industry is huge, and that also includes the online clothing stores like Shein, Joe Fresh, H&M, Zara, you name it. But the unique thing about my business is that it promotes equality, mainly on the LGBTQ+ community. And I also have simple but cute and kind designs, so it doesn't just say equality or something like that. And I will communicate with the followers and buyers often on Instagram, allowing them to give me suggestions on my business, because I'm still learning more about the LGBTQ+ community, and I'll keep releasing new designs too every week. And then as the business slowly grows, I'll give away possible discounts. So where I'm currently at, to be honest, I just created the website like last week, so it hasn't been up for long. And yeah.
You can shop now. This is all live.
Oh, wow.
So like I've sold 2 already, and there are 2 different people, one from USA and one here from Canada, but I can't tell who they are because they told me not to. And while moving forward, I'll continue to promote my business and continue to communicate with my followers and buyers on Instagram and help with new designs to satisfy current customers and then gain new ones. Please. There's a reminder for you all to to just be extra be you, because extraordinary you. Thank you for Happy Pride Month also.
Well done, Angel. There's water right beside you if you need a drink. And while the judges gather their thoughts, Lisa, you were on that extraordinary moment when Angel had technical glitches. She came back at the end of the semifinals, and she told her story, and it blew us all away. And we're so proud of you to be here tonight, Angel. So congratulations. You were definitely in the top 10, and you made it through this like a champ. Fantastic work. And any questions? Lisa, start us off.
Am I
sorry,
on?
Kevin. Lisa. I know Lisa's already.
I'll just jump in first.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, we talked earlier, Mike, you talked about the district. I bring a theme every year, and this year's was courage. Next year's is hope. We needed to have courage for lots of things, including the pandemic, but it's also for equity and making sure that we're inclusive and everyone can feel safe. And you showed both courage and you give me hope, because that's next year's theme, hope. Because of your courage and because you're doing things, you're taking action to make sure we have an inclusive and equitable community. So thank you for that. And I just have a question. You said in 7 days you sold how many products? $49 profit?
It'll work.
That was like $10, $11 overall for 2.
She went home and coded the website, or designed the website, got the website in like 48 hours, and then she had sales like 48 hours later, sort of thing.
2 days, wow.
Yeah.
I'll go next. First of all, I'm loving the outfit that you're wearing right now. That looks awesome.
It's awesome.
And one of your goals, you said, was to make people feel confident in who they are. And I think you should feel confident in who you are, because you did a very good job and you've got a great product. Question for you about I wrote the question down, now I'm all. I liked the story a lot too. Having your courage to tell your own story is great. Marketing and promotions. So you're looking at doing Instagram and your personal network. Do you have other avenues of marketing that you might explore as well?
I was thinking Pinterest, because someone from Teespring emailed me and they want to call me for like potential Pinterest something like that. Yeah.
Great business, and thank you for sharing your story. I just wanted to point out how your $49 of revenue and your profit is actually quite impressive, because you have no risk and you've chosen a platform like Teespring where you have no upfront costs. So just congratulations for doing this in the leanest way possible and getting your first sales at the door. I'm just curious if you have a design background and how you came up with these really unique designs, and how many more you kind of want to build on.
I do the designs on PixArt, so like you can draw or like use free stickers, but before I make a design, I need to ask people like what to do so I don't offend anyone, because I really want to make I really want to make everyone that like follows me feel comfortable and not like offended. So Yeah,
Great work.
thank you.
Your, the image just went by. Did you have 13,000 followers on one of your?
She was one of the first that really leveraged the influencers and friends that she has. It was really impressive with their marketing strategies. Any questions, Hannah?
No, mine was.
Yeah, in business, to get a sale is a very big milestone, and you've proved that your concept is working. And I love the fact that you're using empathy in your designs and getting that feedback right from your customers, which is really strong business and sort of using empathy as the main driver. That's amazing. Okay, if there's no more questions, we are going to wrap this up. Well done, Angel. Great job. Okay, so for those listening online and those in the room, we now have a very tough task to come up with the winners. But while the judges deliberate, we have a very special treat. We have a keynote from a young entrepreneur from the Okanagan, Austin Walper. So as he transitions to do his keynote, please stay online because it's well worth it. He's the founder of Player GG, and he's 25, and now he says he's retired. So he's on the retired speaking circuit. He's got lots of advice for young entrepreneurs. So stay tuned online, and then the rest of the judges, we're going to go and try and deliberate and come up with some kind of top 3. It's very challenging the year. It's very even competition. So, and then after the keynote address, it'll be about 10 minutes. If the judges are still deliberating, which could happen, we have a neat video from an ex-iGen alumni. It's about a 9-minute video catching up with Basecamp founder Maya Gay. And Maya Gay has done very well. She's been in the competition about 5-6 years ago, so she's going to tell her story from high school to university and where she's gone with Basecamp. So just give us a little second. We're going to transition to Austin. Well, if you're ready, Austin. Okay. Few minutes, and then he'll be on as the keynote address, and then you'll see us back with the awards in about 15. We'll get her done in 15 minutes. We'll be back with the awards. So stay tuned for that and enjoy Austin. He's a very motivational young man.
Good, Yaron? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Top 3. Off the top of my head. I have to think. Yeah. This makes it easy. Aaron, you're good? Got it rolling? Cool. You can just start it now.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everybody, my friends and students and teachers and everybody joining us on Zoom. I just want to thank you guys for letting me be here today to share my story, as well as give a massive congratulations to everybody who just had the courage to come up here and present their businesses and share their passions with us. That took a lot of amazing courage, and great to see the entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well in our community. And today I'll be sharing a quick keynote with myself and my story, really about how you can design your own path in life, and we'll be using some of my experiences in the past several years with starting my own company to hopefully share some lessons that I've learned along the way in a way that you can build a life that truly makes you happy at the end of the day. And so I just want to start by telling you guys a little bit about my life. I'm 25 years old, which to you guys may seem old, but trust me, it's not. And I have spent the last few years building a tech company, which I quit my job a few years ago to start with a few close friends of mine. And I guess I consider myself now to be semi-retired, as we actually sold the company at the end of last year, and my life kind of changed forever. And I just want to share my story in hopes that it may help even just a few of you kind of navigate the waters as you kind of enter this next stage of your life and in figuring out what you want to do and where you want to spend your time. When I graduated high school in 2013, I was very confused because the world seemed to have painted a very black and white path of either go to college or university and get a degree, or kind of work some meaningless job for the rest of your life. And those were the two paths that were kind of presented to me, and I knew kind of none of those fit with me. My mom was pushing me heavily to kind of go the university route, but even though I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up, I knew it did not involve going to school for 4 more years. And so I got a job in retail, and I started stocking shelves and kind of just worked my way up into a management role where I found myself collecting a paycheck and just kind of existing, you know, saved some money, bought a nice car. But I found that I wasn't really happy at the end of the day. I wasn't working towards something, I wasn't building a business, I wasn't doing anything that one day I would be proud of. And so I kind of hit this rock bottom moment where I knew I was not on the right path, but all the other paths that were out there were not very interesting to me. Like I said, I had no interest in going to school, and so I decided to create my own path. And so in the end of 2017, I literally overnight decided to quit my job and sell my car, and I put all of my money into a small business bank account where I partnered up with a few of my best friends, and together we started a tech company, which was focused on helping brands and content creators build an audience in the gaming space. And over the next several years, we're super fortunate to raise just over $3 million of venture capital. I got to travel the world, go to some amazing conventions and trade shows. We closed customers like Amazon and Facebook and UFC, and truly built a fast-growing tech company. And I was 22, 23, 24 years old, and my life honestly felt like a movie. I was on an airplane every day, going to different places and hopping around the world. But after those 3 years of running that company, I had realized that I had learned more about business and honestly just life in general than if I had spent that time actually in university. And now I've made friendships that will last me a lifetime, people I still talk to every single day because of this experience that I've gone through, and I didn't spend a single penny on education. And at the end of 2020, we sold the company to a much larger company out of Toronto who acquired our team and technology, and I got to take a step back and leave the company on good terms, and have honestly, since then, have been doing nothing but just living my best life. And I'm in this grateful position where I now have so much freedom. I'm 25, and I say this not in a way of look at how great my life is, but truly, I don't set alarms. I wake up when I want to wake up. I go to the gym when I feel like working out. I can take a week off to go skiing or hiking or biking or camping. And every single person here in the room or on Zoom listening has the ability to build those same freedoms into your life. And you don't need to follow this cookie cutter path of education or working a job that doesn't mean anything to you. I literally almost failed high school, and yet I still had the ability to start a company in my early 20s just because I wasn't afraid of failure. I just wanted to try something, put it out there, much like many of you guys here tonight who are pitching your businesses. You're just trying things, and this was just a big experiment that just happened to not go so badly for me. And everybody around me was kind of pushing me to have my life figured out by the time I was 18. And there's this like mantra of when you graduate high school, you should have your life figured out. And I'm here to tell you that's just not true. I still, in some ways, don't have my life figured out. And you don't need to pick a career path that you stick with until you retire. So I just want you guys to think for a second about like what actually makes you happy, like what fills your cup. And then take that and implore all of you to think about, when you're thinking about what makes you happy, stop thinking about what job title you want to have, or how much money you want to make, or of what degree of success you want to achieve, and instead think about how can you design a life based on the things that just make you undeniably happy, and then reverse engineer a job out of what will allow you to do the things that you love the most. And honestly, that's what I did, and now I have a life where I actually look forward to getting out of bed every day, and that's something that every single person here like has the ability to build. And so think about those core values that you want, whether it's freedom or flexibility or impact, and build a career that lets you do those things. And I promise you, everybody has the ability to do that. Like maybe you love to travel, and so you want to explore a life where you can work remotely and travel and work in different countries. Or maybe you love the planet and you want to dedicate your life to fighting climate change. Or in an example, one of my greatest friends is an Olympic snowboarder. And throughout his childhood, he just loved snowboarding. And so he worked really hard at his craft until he now has the ability to take every summer off and spends the winter just traveling the world to different ski resorts. Like that is not a path you are usually taught in school, but it is a path that is out there and it's available for you to follow. And so in my case, above all else, I value my freedom. I don't want to die having known that I spent every day of my life working for someone else or working a job that doesn't make me happy. And so think about those values that you as an individual hold close to your heart, and think about that when you're building your career. And think about that when you're looking for jobs. And you don't need to follow this cookie cutter path. And you don't need to stick with something either. Like, I'm 25 and sure, I've just sold this company, but now I'm starting over. And I get to look at myself and think, what's next? And my path to success is not linear. I don't need to follow and build another company. Like, I'm considering just going and bartending for a while, or just trying to work in a ski resort this winter. And you can literally stop and pivot your life at any moment along the way. And you don't need to follow a linear path, because you do not need to stick with what you're doing. Life is so agile, and you are so young right now to have the ability to do that. And so I just ask all of you not to get too hard on yourselves in this stage of your life where people are urging you to have your life so-called figured out and pick something and stick with it, because you have the ability to try different things. And you are literally the director of your movie, which is your life. And you have the ability to make these decisions, and you're not stuck. If you choose a path, you can change it. And you're at a point right now where so many people will put pressure on you to figure your life out, but just take the time and make decisions that are right for you. And so I'll leave you guys with this. Just what fills your cup? What makes you happy? And design a life around doing the thing that you will love waking up to do every single day. I want to thank you all for sharing your amazing pitches tonight and your stories and journeys. I'm always happy to help and answer questions. I'm on social media. Pretty much every network is the same. You can find me, you can reach out. And again, thank you guys all for having me here tonight. It's been a good time, and I wish you all the best. I'm happy to answer questions, or I can turn the floor back over to Mr. Ross. Okay. Well, I think we have a video we can probably throw up as well. Sure.
So, Mr. Ross is not here at the moment, so thank you very much. And now we have a short video. It's from an ex-iGen student, and it's with Mr. Ross, and they're just talking about what she does and what her life is now, and yeah, we can just watch it.
talk sessions. We are checking in with iGen alumni Maya Gay and founder of Basecamp Cards. And so we're just going to have a little doc chat around her life since she left high school. So take us through your time from high school to now. What's been the journey?
Totally. Yeah, well, iGen really was amazing in setting me up for starting a company and continuing it and giving me a little bit of money to initially fund getting it off the ground. And I've been super, super blessed to be able to kind of have it as my main source of income to put me through school.
In the startup stage, what were some of the mindsets or the skills that you learned?
Definitely. I think being able to view everything as a learning opportunity and knowing especially with iGen, everyone's so young. We're so young in it and you're still so young for a long time. And I don't know, I make so many stupid mistakes, more than you can ever imagine. It's
but they're your best teachers.
But
best teachers.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing, to I think have that mindset, be like, yikes, that did not go as planned. And then you're like, you know what? That was a great opportunity and hopefully I don't do it again. You still sometimes do, but I think that was a big one, and just just trying to stay positive through it all. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm young and it's all on the cards for me. It's all planned. So I go, oh my gosh.
Which milestones are you most proud of reaching this far?
Wow.
I didn't read that. Which milestones are you most proud of reaching thus far? I think someone should edit your writing there, man.
Yeah, sorry.
English teacher.
Jeez.
Okay, so what are some of the proud milestones? Talking big picture or whatever. What are your milestones that you're proud of?
I'm proud of having my fulfillment outsourced. I'm proud of hitting enough numbers or enough volume to be able to have it outsourced for cheaper and to even be able to be at a point where now, I'm pretty hands off of the daily operations, which is pretty
So
cool.
what are those numbers? How many units are you selling in a month? Or to get to that place where you could outsource?
Yeah, to be a high volume vendor, you have to be doing at least 6,000 orders a month. So I think right now I'm selling about maybe 12,000 units a month or so.
Incredible. Of this version or both?
Of both of them right now, okay. I think, or 12,000 orders a month, I guess, which I think is a bit more.
Amazing.
Thanks. And that's all kind of comes down to the online presence of it. That really changed the game with COVID. Once COVID hit, and I was mainly focused beforehand on retail stores, and then I realized it was still in that really unsure phase where all the stores were shutting down. I was like, oh, this is kind of the end. This could have to pivot or
survive.
Die, kind of.
Yeah.
So then,
how do you make those customer relationships then? I know your Instagram was super successful. It was kind of user content. People would send in their photos from some beautiful mountain. Do you find now, how do you build the relationships and keep the relationships?
Yeah, very good question, because that's kind of what I'm really trying to focus on right now. I think I can do a better job of building out the story side of things, because Basecamp Cards are about sharing your stories and telling your best stories and having your best conversations.
Yeah.
So with that, I think trying to always keep the customer in mind and hear their feedback and take that to heart and continue to change things. So I've got a kids edition coming out this next month, which a lot of people have been asking for family-friendly versions, and I think that, and then my social media presence I'm working on right now, just to try and tell those stories.
And you've gone to the US, right? You went to USD, and now you're I don't know if Canada would be saturated, but now you're opening up a whole new market in the U.S.
Yeah, so the U.S. is actually where I'm focusing most of my sales right now. Yeah. Just because I can, sneaky, but I can charge in the USD and you kind of get more bang for your buck with ad spend and stuff.
Okay, good to know.
So through that, right now I have a fulfillment centers in Ottawa as well as Dallas, and then I'll be expanding into like Pennsylvania and some other locations. Yeah, and then later on, hopefully, different countries kind of thing and different languages. But yeah, thanks. Yeah, but U.S. is a pretty sweet market right now, so I'm excited.
And there's lots of, and your target market is still kind of like the outdoorsy millennial kind of?
No, you know what? That's what I initially thought.
What's the data telling you?
It is totally, I should actually pull up my orders. It's hilarious. It's 60-year-old women.
60-year-old women?
Like 35 to 60-year-old women.
Love the cards.
Literally top customer when I go into Google, you know how it has the
Analytics?
next word? Hi Karen, hi Susan. I'm not kidding. Debbie, Susan,
Karens of the mom.
Karen,
Karens of the
every
world.
single, if I check right now, I'm sure within like the top 5 orders I could see a Karen.
Oh man.
Every iteration of the
Because moms
song.
love connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And they're on Facebook. They're doing the shopping.
Yes. Giving them to their kids or putting it into their like minivan.
Exactly.
You know, like, yeah.
Oh, my son, he loves to camp. Look at
Yeah. I loved
happy.
using them on road trips with my family. They would just be in the glove box and we'd pull them out and it makes a road trip go way better.
Totally. They're
yeah.
fun for that.
And then you can play cards. Like I literally use them for the questions and then, oh yeah, we can play cards with these.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a multi-tool.
Thank you. Yeah, there's still a super simple idea. It's not lost on me, but if I don't have to get a real job, I'm going to keep trying.
You made your job. And I think, I tell my students in iGen, it hit a need, which is connection.
Yeah.
You know, and especially with COVID now, there's been more loneliness, more disconnection, and this connects people, and that's never going to get old. Word on the street is that you're going to Dragon's Den?
Yeah, so I know. So I just decided, I was like, you know what? It's now time to put your head down and make it happen. If you're going to do it,
full send.
Do it. Yeah, exactly. Just like, let's go for it full throttle. And yeah, so it was supposed to be April 25th, but now with COVID, it's just been delayed, which is kind of hype.
What would you tell your grade 11 self, thinking back to the day when you came and said, Mr. Ross, I want to put questions on cards, and I'm like, did not see the value. I will tell you that right now. But I never poo-poo an idea. I'm just like, sounds great, Maya. But then I realized you were selling connection and friendship, and that's the beauty of it. And just outdoor lifestyle, all that. But what would you tell your grade 11 self if you were watching this and sitting in a high school class? What would you tell that person? You. What would you tell you now that you're 5 or 6 years older?
Totally. I think that, like, recognize how young you are, recognize that making mistakes and, like, trying still means, like, even if you're failing or whatever, you're still learning and you're still so young. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it won't matter a year from now if you try and fail, but it's the best time to start when you're young, because that way you can get ahead so much quicker. And like the possibilities and the opportunities for young people and the funding, etc., that you can get when you're young.
Yeah, the student card.
Is just like amazing. And there's so many amazing support networks out there, but not even just for like business or anything, but if you want to do something, what's stopping you, kind of thing. Like, make it happen if you want to happen. And at the end of the day, if you're bad at it, quit. But you're still so young, you can try 10 things
You will learn no matter what.
Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the wind's up. Do you want to go sailing?
Yes, I would love to go sailing.
I think that's it. That's a wrap for the first doc session. Alumni. Her cards, because she's just a champ, but she's just a good human being and a perfect example of you students online in another 5-6 years. There was a lot of good human beings on this stage tonight. So at the outset, I want to congratulate everyone that's competed, all the teams watching online. There was more than 50 or 60 of you. So congratulations on a big year. There's so much growth when you take risks, and I think we saw a lot of that tonight, and I think a lot of people have grown in general. So I'm going to do some thank yous, and then I'm going to get, it's like the awards show when they bait you right to the end, and then they tell you the top 3, okay? So bear with me. I've got a few thank yous before we go. So first of all, thank you to all the students that participated. You are the reason why we do this, and it is so fun to work with you guys. I'm going to look at you because you're live and there. So want to give some shout outs to the teacher teams. So Mr. Jensen from RSS, we've known each other since high school, believe it or not. He was my center on the Mission Raiders football team. And as a QB and the center, we always have a tight bond. He's always got my back. So just thrilled with what you've done with the RSS students. And he was my student teacher, but now he's become the master because there was actually 6 RSS teams. So well done. Well done, Jensen. We also have Chris Zacharias. He's a student teacher from UBC. Mr. Zacharias helped a lot. He has an MBA and a law degree. And I think that's why RSS did so well. Jeff Jennings is not with us, but he was in a fateful lunch at RSS when he's the alt-ed teacher at RSS. And he was overhearing Jensen and I talking. He's like, well, I want in on this. And then he's the creator of, or the main driving force behind Smoothie City. He worked with Miss Kendall's Operation Take Two team, which Mahak is on both sides. And they are going to sell Take Two operation stuff. So Smoothie City, you've got a lot of good support. And I can't wait to come have a smoothie and an egger next year at RSS. Miss Butler is here. She's been a great inspiration for the MBSS kids. Very successful entrepreneur herself. She's got a heart of gold, and she's coached the kids to believe in themselves and take the plunge, all the while doing it in style. So well done. Thank you, Miss Butler. Ashley Bricker is the newest team member for the teaching team. She's had a huge value with bringing mentors such as Trent Kitch to the table. We zoomed in with him the other day, and bringing the Bears right through to the final. Is Miss Bricker still here? Okay, well, thank you, Ms. Bricker online. Our career program team, Chris Olson, Sarah Wood, you are the backbone. You guys rock. It's so good to be supported. And you do everything with grace, humility, and passion for kids and helping them thrive after high school. So thank you. Very special guest is Natalie Levinson. She is the angel investor that gives you all the money on Trellis. Oh, yeah. The lady with the credit card. No, that is like, she is like backbone, all bones. You've just been like all the details. Miss Levinson makes it all happen and makes the tick. So thank you so much. We also have Mr. Al Lalonde in the crowd, who's a superintendent of schools. Thank you for your support. And all the high school principals. So we have Scott Sieben from MBSS, Derek Lee from OKM, Cliff Schwartz from GSS, Troy White from KSS. iGen is every school next year. So look out. We're going to have team members from all schools fighting for this. And yeah, Hugh. Hugh is on my list. How did I miss the big guy? Hugh. Yeah, you. Thank you, Hugh. And Russ Bishop, who is here in person. So thank you. I'm scared to go back to RSS now because I forgot Hugh. Now I'd like to bring up the superintendent of schools, our CEO, Kevin Cardell, who's going to give us the top 3. And thank you for your support, sir, continuing with the iGen. After the presentation, we have goodie bags, and we'd like to get a COVID-safe-ish photo. Can we do that? Just have everyone gather? Or we'll do photos sort of individually outside afterwards. Yeah, that would be great. If the top 3 teams, if you're here, be present, and then, yeah, that's what you're going right there. And so... drum roll. Or no, do you want to say a few words before we...
We'll say a few words first, but you've said so many so that...
I'll shut up now. Yeah, I get it.
Not sure I can follow that. But anyway, congratulations to everyone. Outstanding work. I gave a challenge to Mike when I came to this district. I said, you have to grow this to 200 kids. I think we've hit that.
Yeah, 360 next year.
Yeah, and so congratulations to Mike for all his work. Our theme this next newspaper, it's Together We Learn, is creativity. And creativity isn't just the incredible, say, artwork we saw with one of our presentations, and Trippy T, I think.
Trippy Tap.
Trippy Tap, sorry, I'm terrible with names, but Trippy Tap had you know, Photoshop and incredible artwork. Like, that was great creativity. It's also in solving problems and doing things in a novel way, like our entrepreneurs are doing here in iGen. And that kind of creativity can often be monetized, provide a service, and provide a life. And for the inventors, for the people who pull that together, and work, a job for a whole bunch of other people become employed because of those local businesses and those entrepreneurial businesses. And I know we've had examples here today, judging and speaking, so congratulations to our guest speakers, but it's incredibly important work. One of the things that I actually really believe is one of the greatest gifts you can give somebody is a job. And people who become entrepreneurs, like our young competitors or finalists here, I have no doubt will do that in their lives. And so that's a real blessing to other people, because they generate revenue and they generate income for people, and that supports families and helps them live their dreams. So without further ado, it was an incredibly difficult collaboration and to come to agreement, because there are so many great presentations today, that we will start with third place.
Yeah.
And third place goes to shoebnb.
Woo! Riley, come up. We'll gather on stage. Ben had to go to basketball, overcommitted kid, but Riley, come on up. Well done, sir.
He's probably playing basketball in some really awesome shoes.
Keep hold of that.
Okay, and second place goes to Sage Sticker.
Sagebrush stickers.
Sagebrush.
Congratulations. Well done.
If I don't get the full name right, it's because my clipboard's over there.
Yeah.
And I'm reading some
Cold's notes.
doctor scripts here from Mike that don't actually have the full name on them. I'm just going to say.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. And the winner for iGen Challenge 2021 is NA Productions.
Owen Brunt, come on up. Congratulations, big guy. Good job pulling it up. Wow, this is our iGen. Do we have a camera? Anyone? Let's just take a selfie right now, Mr. Hull. So thank you so much for all the participation, and I will be in touch with you guys about how you connect with your mentorships and everything. And for the top 7 that didn't make it, we will have a Zoom meeting between Monday and Wednesday with the KPMG, so that you can learn more and how to level up in your business. And once again, thank you everyone for participating. Hopefully this is the last year we have to do this with masks. Next year we can come back and enjoy a network and some food and some more social time. But I guess, oh, here we go. Well done, everyone. I wish we could give high fives and handshakes and hugs. Thank you for those online. We'll see you next year. iGen 2021 is done. Thank you. Whoa.